Hey guys, so as you know, I was going to do a high school kind of advice video kind of thing for freshman and sophomore year because I'm going to my junior year, so I can't really give you advice on that or senior year, but I was going to give you advice on the first 2 years. Then I was contacted by Abigail Woodhouse, who is, I guess, the starter or creator of Beauty in Life, which is a Tumblr blog kind of thing that basically just like celebrates the beauty in women and like raises awareness of the fact that media is constantly hammering us to be perfect and fit into a box of size 0 and little and tall and skinny and perfect in every way. And just like kind of a blog saying we are who we are and we don't need to be fit into little boxes and told what we need to be like or anything like that. And that is something I believe so much in. So I decided that instead of just doing an advice video, I was going to do an interview on the blog. And I don't know if this video is going to be put on the blog, but if it is, hello everyone on the blog. If not, that was awkward. I know that in my job especially, not really job, but kind of a job, I am completely about beauty. And I don't know if I emphasize this enough, but I was raised in a home where beauty does not matter. If I was an ugly troll that was like 3 feet tall and 500 pounds, my parents would still love me, and that's just how they were. I didn't know that I wasn't pretty or anything until about 4th grade when someone called me ugly, and that was the first time or no, not ugly, they called me fat. And that was the first time I had ever encountered something like that. Basically, I'm just going to answer these questions that Abigail sent to me. Once again, thank you so much for contacting me for this because I think this is such a big deal and I'm so glad I can be a part of this. Either way, it is time to start the question. Alright, so question number 1. How do you define beauty in the world and in a person? Honestly, I don't really know how to describe this. Beauty isn't necessarily something that I think is physical. I don't think that you can define beauty necessarily in the world. I don't think you can say that something is beautiful and something isn't. I mean, I could look at a turd lying on the sidewalk and think, oh, that's the ugliest thing in the world. And someone could walk up and be like, it's art! Like, that's just how the world is. Our media kind of ruins that image that anything could be beautiful because there's a set standard of what is beautiful when in reality anyone can think anything is beautiful. I struggle with this, but sometimes I get confused on what is beautiful in a person and what isn't. I sometimes feel like I'm not beautiful in that, you know, my outer appearance isn't beautiful, but in the long run what's really beautiful is a person's personality, is someone who has a good soul, who is unique in themselves, because beauty fades, guys. It's gonna be gone. Even if you get all the Botox in the world and all the facelifts, it's not gonna change anything. Eventually, we're all gonna be ugly by the world's standards. And I think true beauty is something that'll last you forever, something that is in yourself. So that's my answer to question number 1. Aha, very long question to answer. Question number 2. Tell me about your high school experience in regards to being comfortable with who you are or were. The thing that I'm pretty good at is socializing and getting people to like me, and it's easy for me. It was easy for me my freshman year because nobody has standards of you. You just go in fresh, clean slate, and if you're nice to everyone, most of the time, 95% of the time, they'll like you. I was really confident my freshman year because I just felt kind of on top of things, and I felt like I was thin for my age, and I just felt good about myself. Well, then my sophomore year rolls around, you know, great sophomore year, and a lot of people say that their sophomore year is not their favorite, and I understand why. It's good, but for instance, I mean, I had the same weight from my freshman year to my sophomore year, and then I gained a little at the end of the year, and just that little boost in weight just like kind of messes you up a little bit. You feel like you look different, or you just don't look right, or you're not that same perfect weight that you always were, or something like that. And I felt like I wasn't necessarily comfortable with myself at the end of my sophomore year. Now I'm getting back in the swing of things. I'm realizing who I am again. I kind of rediscovered myself, I guess, because I went from being a really confident, bubbly personality my freshman year to being kind of behind the scenes and not as out there, not as fun, not as, I don't know, not as myself towards the end of my sophomore year, and that's so not my personality. I'm a social being. I love being around people, but I just couldn't fit myself into the groove I used to have, and now I feel like I'm getting back in it, which is so good. Number 3, do you have any advice for girls and women struggling with accepting themselves for the beautiful human beings they truly are? Yes! Start off by throwing away your magazines, turning off the TV, taking yourself away from the ads and the media and different things like that that are constantly hammering you to be a certain way. Accepting yourself means getting rid of all the things that are going to cause you to not accept yourself. You got to give yourself a clean slate to actually be able to understand your body and get comfortable in your own skin, because once you're comfortable in your own skin, you can do whatever you want. Alright, so number 4, and this question actually I feel like I've answered a bunch. What are your views on the media and their definitions of beauty? Are you affected by the messages they are sending out to women? I actually do not believe in anything that the media puts out, because it's only targeted towards selling you stuff. It's not towards anything else. It's not towards trying to make you confident or trying to make you a better person. It's to sell you things and make you buy a product, make you buy a magazine, all those different things, just to fit you into a little box and shove away your personality and make yourself feel good about yourself just because of what you look like. You know, I still read magazines and I still think they're like really good material, but if you look through them, half of the magazine is ads now, and they're always ads with like sexualized women that are skinny and tall and buxom and all this kind of stuff, and that is not what a real woman looks like. You look on the front of a magazine, what are they going to put on the cover? They're going to put on like the diet and exercise. They're going to put on lose belly fat in 20 days. They're going to put on different things that make you beautiful, makeup looks that make you sexy, blah blah blah, like all that kind of different stuff. It's just like, cool your freaking jets. I don't want to hear none of that. Like if I wanted to hear that, I would just go to my high school, seriously. That's what I kind of think. Like their definition of beauty is flawed. Their definition of beauty is not beautiful. It is mainstream, and it's sad, really, that we're buying into it, I guess, because it's not true. I was affected by it. I would go on Teen Vogue, and if you look in Teen Vogue, I really like Teen Vogue because a lot of times they'll have stories about like diet pill disasters and different things like that, because there are girls that would literally take 20 pills at a time just to make themselves skinnier when it's not even going to help anything. Like they just want a miracle cure instantly, and that can kill you. It's painful to your body. It's not natural. I remember my freshman year I saw an article on a teenager, or a model, I can't remember what her name was, but her stats were like crazy. She was like 93 pounds or 83 pounds or something tiny, and like 5'8" or 5'9", and I was just like, okay, no, that's not natural. But at the time when I was younger, I was like, why am I not skinnier than her? You know, I'm shorter than her. I should be just as skinny as her, if not skinnier. And so that really affected me, and anytime I saw a weight in a magazine, I looked at it right away. I was like, is that what my weight is? Yes, it is. Or I'd be like, is that over my weight? Yes, it is. I'm good. Like, I would check myself off by that, and that's ridiculous that I would think that way, but that's how I did. I am not as affected by it anymore because I've seen it so much. I've become desensitized to it at a certain point. I would say that the message that they're sending out to women is very effective. I mean, it makes you seem like you're not good enough to fit into their stereotypes, so you have to try harder, buy their products, do that kind of stuff. So I would say that it affects a lot of different people, and it used to affect me. It doesn't really anymore. Unless it's just something really cute. Like if it's like a Kate Spade ad, I want to buy Kate Spade stuff. But you know, that's just because it's cute stuff, you know? It's not because I want to be like perfect and skinny and meh. It's just because I like the stuff. Have you seen society make any great strides towards helping women embrace who they are? I feel like I actually have. Like, I think the new thing that the media is kind of trying to do is target the average girl now. I mean, obviously they're still trying to push to be perfect and things like that. But if you look, for instance, I know this is really weird, but like Playtex commercials, wait, no, Playtex? Is Playtex the one that makes bras and like underwear and stuff? I think so. Maybe it's Hanes I'm talking about. I don't know. But either one, they use plus size models in their ads, and they say like, oh, look how beautiful she is. And they tell her size, you know, all that kind of stuff. I've seen Gap do that, I think. And I've seen Levi do that. And I just like it how they give you a variety. They show how average girls can be beautiful. They put the size out there and say, look, she's like an 8 and she's so gorgeous. You know what I mean? That's what I like. I like seeing those kind of ads. And even though you don't see them everywhere, I feel like you see them a whole lot more nowadays. So yeah. Number 6, do you feel comfortable with yourself now? Obviously everyone has insecurities, but have you found a happy medium? Can you explain how you got to this point in your life? I'm actually really comfortable with myself right now. I don't feel like really there's anything that I would want to change about myself. I think that I'm perfect just the way God made me, and I'm at the perfect place in my point in life, and I don't need to change or do anything to fix myself. The only thing is I did get my hair chopped off, so I kind of wish it was a little longer, but whatever. That's just something, you know, you gotta deal with. You know, I still do have my like insecurities. You know, I'll walk into a store, try on some pants, and if they're too small for me, you know, I'm gonna get upset about it. Not necessarily like crazy upset, but you know, just kind of like those would have fit me a year ago. It's like that just dig at you, and that's just how it is, you know? You have to work past that kind of thing. And I'd say I got to this point in my life when I stopped caring what other people thought about me. And I did that by looking at how I used to blame myself for everything. Look at me, like I would blame myself, say like, why am I not pretty enough? What am I doing wrong? You are doing something wrong. Arden is wrong. You're doing something wrong. And I would tell myself that every day. I would go to bed at night and be like, what can I fix tomorrow? What can I fix? It's like, there's nothing I need to fix. It's what society needs to fix. I've realized my new motto of this summer is you have done nothing wrong. It is someone else's fault. I mean, obviously, if you like murdered someone, it's probably your fault. But I mean, for the most part, when it comes to beauty and different things like that, if someone doesn't like your eyeshadow and you've got like crazy peacock makeup on, that's their fault. You look fabulous. Different things like that. It's like you be yourself, because there's only one of you and there's a billion mainstream people. You want to be different. You want to stand out, because you're lucky you are who you are, and you're lucky that you're unique, and that's something you should embrace, not hide. I would say that's how I got to that point in my life. I just realized that I am who I am, and I have a personality that I love, and I love the way I look now, and I love myself, which is so good. And it's not just that I'm saying this like in a narcissistic way, because I don't love myself like, oh, Arden, you're so gorgeous, but just in a way that I'm comfortable and I don't care what people think about me anymore. That is like the main advice I can give you guys, to just be yourself. And I know you hear that constantly, like all the time, like be yourself, but it's true. Like that's all you can do. You can only be yourself, and if people don't like it, that's their fault. You're gonna find people that don't like it, but that's their fault. Like that's their loss. They don't get to meet the true you, so who cares? Like brush them off your shoulder, because they're not even worth it. And whatever, you'll find friends that do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Abby, for sending me those questions and allowing me to be a part of Beauty and Life. And if you want to check out their Tumblr, link in the description box. I swear, if you're having a bad day, just go on there, read a few of the posts, and I swear, it makes you feel better. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, splendiferous day, and I promise I'll have a good tutorial up later, so yay. Bye!